Hi guys, welcome to Thewitchesvoice. I'm your Friday host, Easel1980, and this week's topic is ancestry and ancestry and how we honor our ancestors. Well, personally, I have an ancestor altar that I made myself. I don't always give offerings, but I give offerings whenever once I think like once a week I give an offering. The idea of, for me anyways, of an ancestor altar is basically to commune with the people that have come before you. So I have things that represent my father, who passed away about 4 or 5 years ago. Things that represent other family members, but mainly I have something that represents my ancestry, meaning the ancestors that I do not know by name. And it's actually it's very private, so I don't really show it to anybody. Um, and my ancestry comes from Spain. I don't remember what part of Spain precisely, if it's northern or southern Spain that I belong to, but it I do know that I am referred to as technically a gallega. The thing is that my parents were born and raised in Cuba. My dad's father came from Spain, and my dad's side of the family are the more wealthy, rich ones, where my mom was more like, the girl from the other side of the train tracks. So she came from a very poor family. I think the kitchen and the living room were the only thing that were paved. The rest of it was like dirt floor, because they lived in a farm. Um, and I remember so they didn't, there isn't a lot of paperwork um, of my mom's side of the family, so I don't have a clue where my mom's side of the family comes from. And then my dad's side of the family, I know because of my grandfather that they come from Spain, and we're known as, or in Cuba, we're called gallegos or gallegas. Gallego male, gallega female, which I believe means Celtic or Gaelic. I believe if you because um the Celtic people actually conquered a part of Spain and actually lived in Spain. So a lot of the ancestry comes from the Celtic land. So the gallega or gallego, I think, literally means that you spoke or have some sort of Celtic or Gaelic or something in that nature. Like, I think it means Gaelic speaker or person who speaks Gaelic. I think that's where the word comes from. I'm not an expert, so don't be like, well, you said and all that stuff. So, but yeah, my ancestry from my mom's side, from my dad's side of the family is basically Celtic. And you can tell because people from that part of Spain have either really light eyes, almond shaped eyes, and we have freckles. Lots and lots of freckles. And I do have freckles on my face. The camera just does not pick it up, but I do have like shit freckles. Like to the point that I just really don't. Anyways, and my cousin is like her back and her shoulders freckles everywhere. But yeah, oh, and we have a tendency of having red and blonde hair and really light skin, and I guess that's where the Celtic side comes from. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a genealogist. Um, but yeah, that's my ancestry and also my ancestor altar, or how I honor my ancestors. I feel that I'm very connected to them, and they mean a lot to me. So, they, okay, the difference between an ancestor altar and a like working altar or a, oh, for the love of God, or an altar like to the gods, is that that one you don't really have like ritual tools. You could, but you don't have to. It's more of a place to honor them. It's basically just pick pictures and things that represent them, and maybe in the middle you'll put um you can put like the one thing like an offering bowl, and that's where you put all your offerings. If you do offerings at that, it's not a place to do. Not necessarily. I mean, it really depends on you, but I don't use it as a place to do rituals or anything of that nature. If anything, I just give them offerings. I pray to them, and I say, I hope you're with me, and I hope you're happy where you happen to be, and it's more of a family reunion when you're there. In my opinion, that's how I see it. Um, but you might be different. It's really up to you, depending on your culture, depending on your um, religious background. Everybody has their own way of doing it, if at all. So that's all I gotta say. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you took something from this. And if you didn't, if it was just entertaining, perfect. Okay, I'll see you guys around. Bye, guys.